welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I'm Susan, your hostess, and welcome to my kitchen. This is the last edition of the Jazzy June Snacks 25. I hope that you enjoy this, and I'm going to wish everyone a early happy 4th of July. Our country is 249 years old. How exciting is that to be living in this day and time? So today we're making something savory, something sweet, and something sweet and savory. So what will I be making today? The savory item will be a onion ring chaffle or onion chaffle. The second item will be a blackberry cobbler. And last but not least will be chocolate bacon. Now, how can chocolate and bacon go together? I don't know, but we're going to try it out. Y'all stick around. You can grate whatever cheese of choice that you have. I have some sharp cheddar. And I thought that would be a good flavor to go with the onion. I think I've got plenty there. Plenty of cheese. I'm going to get my onion. You can do onion rings. I'm just going to chop mine up. Just kind of rough chop it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to just use a little bit of this onion in my dash chaffle maker. Set my cheese aside. Let's pull this out. The light has gone off. It is ready to go. So there, I have it on a plate to catch any drippings. So we're going to open that up. We're going to put a layer of cheese inside. And you can add seasonings to this if you want, like garlic or any kind of seasoning that you might want. I'm going to get a good layer of cheese in there. We're going to add some of this onion to it, and we're going to top it with some more cheese. Get all that good cheese in there. And we're going to let this go until it stops smoking. I'm going to unplug my dash. The light had gone out, and I'm going to lift this carefully away from me. It is very, very hot, y'all. That's what it's supposed to look like. I'm going to leave it sit on there for just a minute with it off to cook the bottom side, the side that was the top. And while we're waiting on that, we're going to be making a blackberry cobbler that is keto friendly. I've been gathering beautiful blackberries from our garden. And I'm going to need about 6 cups of fresh berries. And it doesn't matter if some of them are a little bit on the tart side, because you're going to be adding a little bit of a low-carb sweetener. So that's 4 cups. And that is 6 cups. Mmm, so good. Alrighty. It calls for xanthan gum. I don't have any, but I do have arrowroot. So I'm going to replace it with that just so that I can make this. You really want the xanthan gum because it's not going to have as many carbs as the arrowroot. So I'm going to sprinkle that over the top of my berries. I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. That's the ground cinnamon. That's just going to add to the flavor. One-quarter cup of whatever sweetener that you want, and you can use granulated or you can use the liquid. I'm using allulose for this. We're going to give that a little stir. And because I want a little bit of juice, I've got some canned juice from last year. I'm going to add a little bit of my unsweet blackberry juice. And just a little bit. Don't need much. And that is concentrated. And we're going to get that into our dish that has been pre-sprayed with some olive oil. You can use butter or olive oil, whatever you want to use. Bring that dish over here. And this is going into our oven, preheated to 350 degrees for 10 minutes. Okay, while we're waiting on our filling to cook, I have measured out 1/2 cup of almond flour. You can add an additional 1/2 cup of chopped almonds to this if you prefer. I'm going to add in 1/4 cup of unsweetened coconut. The recipe calls for 1/2 cup of sweetener. I don't want it that sweet, so I'm going to do about 1/4 cup of sweetener here. I'm using monk fruit sweetener. Monk fruit. And it calls for a 1/2 cup of melted coconut oil. I'm opting for real butter. I'm going to do that afterwards, but you want to mix this good. And then I'm just going to drizzle the butter in here. A little at a time. And I really don't think I need that much butter. The idea is to get a kind of a crumble. And my timer just went off. So my blackberries are partially cooked. And I'm just going to take my hand to this at this point and spread this over the top of my cobbler. This is going to give you a crispy, crunchy top. Be careful when you're using artificial sweeteners around your pets because it can cause problems with pets. Got a little bit more in there. Let's get that out. I'm going to take the rest of this butter and I'm just going to drizzle over the top. Just a slow drizzle. That's going to help that blackberry juice and the xanthan gum or whatever you use for your starch to kind of bring it all together. Get all this goodness off my spatula. We're going to put this back in the oven for another 10 to 15 minutes until the topping is browned. Look at that cobbler. Oh my goodness. Yummy. Our finale is chocolate bacon. Yes, I said it. We're going to take some bacon. I'm only going to do a couple of strips of bacon today, but I buy this hickory bacon, Kentucky Legend bacon. I like it. You can use a thicker bacon. This is a thinner sliced bacon, so I double it on my cookie sheet, or my cookie sheet that's lined with parchment. I put it in the oven between 375 and 400 degrees for about 15-20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes at tops, to brown my bacon. So there is my bacon by the magic of YouTube. So little slices of bacon, just the perfect size for a little snack. I'm going to use some Lily's dark chocolate. You can use whatever kind of chocolate you want to use. This one has 8 grams of carbs, and a serving size, of course, is a tablespoon, but we're not going to use that much. I'm going to use a little bit of my homemade butter. We've got a double broiler here. I'm going to show you what it looks like as I'm dipping it and what the final result is. So I've had my bacon resting on paper towels to kind of dry it out a little bit. We're going to get this plate out of the way. I've got my water and my double boiler working here. I'm going to take some of these chocolate chips. I won't need a whole lot because I'm only doing 4 little strips. So I'm going to do about maybe a third of a cup, if that. We're going to get that melted with a little bit of butter. Now I'm not going to use a full tablespoon because we're not doing a lot. So I'm going to get this in there, get that melted, and we'll be right back. Right, we are at the stage that we have melted chocolate. So I'm just going to smear it on one side. You could dip it on both sides, but I thought just one side is plenty. And just kind of spread that out. We're going to set this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes to allow that chocolate to cool and then we will try our snack. Our first dish was these chaffles. They're like onion rings. Mmm. Mmm. They are better than onion rings. Oh my goodness, those are delicious. Nothing says South like Blackberry Cobbler, Peach Cobbler, those kind of cobblers. And let's just give this one a little taste. Mmm. You will want to slap your mama. I promise you, this is really good. Mmm. It's tart, and yet it's sweet, and it's delicious. And that topping is oh so good. Mmm. And I'm saving the best for last. I promise you I am. Chocolate bacon. Easy to make. These can be hors d'oeuvres or a dessert. It can be part of a meal, but I bet you this is going to be the best. Mmm. Who knew that bacon and chocolate could taste so good together? Oh my gosh. All of these flavors are so delicious and inviting. I invite you to come along with me on my keto journey as I try to get my diabetes under control. We are looking for low carb, healthy alternatives, and all it takes is just a little exchanges to make a big difference in my health, and it will make a big difference in your health as well. Jazzy June Snacks 25 has come to a close. We were hoping other content creators would jump on board with this open collaboration. Unfortunately, that did not happen, but that didn't stop us from having a lot of fun with this. If you're interested in us doing this again next year, let me know in the comments what you think. There is an official playlist below, and also I will link the Blackberry Cobbler recipe below. Hey friends, thank you so much for watching my channel. Thank you for the many comments, the likes, the friendships, and for sharing this content out. Take a moment and watch all of the advertisements because that is how I get monetized and get paid. I appreciate each and every one of you for your time and your patience. And y'all, I have this special content over here I think you might like.